good evening. As always, we are just outside of Boston, Massachusetts, and this is Just a Concerned Citizen with the Massalorian, and we are about to go live with all of you right now. All right, we live right now. Get this chat up and overlaid. Good evening, people. 22 people in the chat. What's going on, my friends? Good evening, everyone. Andrew, how you doing tonight? Shin, good evening. Broke 8, Floyd, man, I'm tired. Andrew. KYP, what's up, my friend? How you doing, girl? Floyd, good evening. PD Harris. What's up, my brother? PD in the house. Dips. Hey, Dips, how you doing tonight? IP, good evening. I saw people were playing cards over on another channel, I heard. Happy birthday. Audio is bad. Sounds weird. Okay, hang on. Let me try and mess with it. Why? Tell me now, how's that? That should be better. Backyard Boogie, what's going on? Brandy, good evening. Floyd, David, Crismo, Mike, good evening. Highway Frog. I see Mr. Heaty's in here somewhere in the comments, but good. All right, we're good. Hey, Pam. Love you too. Yeah, I guess it is a birthday of sorts. It's been 2 years this week since we started the channel. Nice. Free Kekistan, good evening. All right, cool. All right, we're good. We are good. How is everybody doing? Oh, boy. It's been a rough day. Long day for me. I'm just writing down my mods here. Pam is in the house. So make sure I get my mods. How's everybody doing tonight? Trevor, good evening. There's Mr. Heaty. Mr. Heaty, I just got out of work. I just got home a few minutes ago. It's been a long day. A long 2 weeks. I feel like I was losing control of everything for a little while there, but good. Andrew, missed you too, man. Oilers score? It doesn't matter. The Bruins are winning the whole thing. They're too hot. They can't be stopped. Andrew says, I think today got the apes fired up. But Donkey, good evening. How you doing tonight? Derek, I see is in here. Evening, Derek. I miss you guys too. Sorry, it's been a little while. But we got some things to talk about, some interesting things that developed over the last week or so. I do want to play a little bit Naps 44. Oh, Prometheus is here. What's up, Pro? Prometheus in the house. I have a couple clips I want to play for you guys. A couple interactions. How do you guys feel about Don Lemon and Tucker getting fired? Why do you think that happened? Hey, Rachel, good evening. Falana? Didn't get a notification? Of course not, man. You want to hear something funny? So one of you guys got a hold of me yesterday and told me that they tried to put a super thanks on the last video. And because Bud Light claimed it and ran ads on it, they wouldn't take a super thanks. I'm like, wow. That is crazy. Nuts. I mean, YouTube keeps almost 40% of that money, and they won't even take it just if it has anything to do with controversy about Light. Unbelievable. Replace them with fake news reporting. Yeah, Broke Ape. It's just going to be more manufacturing consent, right? There's going to be no more dissident voices against anything. I want to play a quick clip for you guys. This is from Lemon is horrible, says Andrew. KYP, this to you too, girl. This was a clip from Jimmy Dore's show. Iron Mate was on, and they were playing something. And when I saw this, I said to myself, "This has got to have something to do with it." I think this might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. Let me see if I can pull it up and play it for you guys. And then we could talk about it. Bring back Megyn Kelly. She's doing just fine on her own. And believe me, oh, by the way, keep your eye on the Rumble stock. If Tucker goes to Rumble, I mean, I still think it's priced too high right now, but if Tucker goes to Rumble, you're talking about probably bringing 5, 6, 7 to 10 million viewers over to Rumble in no time. Just look at what's going on. I mean, hold on. First, then we'll talk about it. I got a couple articles I wanted to show you guys too about Bud Light's numbers and First Republic Bank that just got taken over, that they're about to get seized by the federal government. CBDC looks like it's going to be here sooner than I think. I know everyone thinks it's conspiracy theory, but what better way to introduce CBDC than for the banks to fail and the federal government to step in and say, don't worry, everything's secure. We're now going to issue CBDC. There's no need to worry about anything. Your money is safe. It's backed by the federal government, and we'll let you know how you can spend it. KL, good evening. How you doing tonight? All right, let's play a little bit of this clip. Let's see what Aaron Monte and Jimmy came up with. And I just got to tend to agree with them on this a little bit. I think him exposing Big Pharma and his anti-war message is not in lockstep with everyone else. And getting rid of him is good for the establishment. All right, Evolve Radio says it's happening. Let me pull this clip up real quick. Clip of Gensler getting grilled by a congressman out of Minnesota. We can watch that too. About time Big Gary got lambasted. All right, I'm going to pull this up.
Reporting it, Tucker Carlson last week ripped Big Pharma spending hundreds of millions of dollars on TV ads and news outlets routinely parroting drug industry talking points. Is there a single example of a CNN, MSNBC, or other Fox News host ever discussing TV advertising corruption?
No.
And here's what Tucker said.
And try this at home. Ask yourself, is any news organization you know of so corrupt that it's willing to hurt you on behalf of its biggest advertisers?
Wow.
Anyone who do that is obviously Pablo Escobar level corrupt and should not be trusted.
Wow.
What would that look like? That level of corruption.
Wow.
Well, imagine that the Trump administration had made it mandatory for American citizens to buy MyPillow. That's one of Fox News' biggest advertisers. Imagine the administration declared that if you didn't rush out and buy at least one MyPillow and then at least another booster pillow, you would not be allowed to eat out. You couldn't re-enter your own country. You couldn't have a paying job. MyPillow, they told you with a straight face, was the very linchpin of our country's public health system. Now imagine as they told you that Fox, as a news organization, endorsed it, amplified the government's message. Imagine if Fox News attacked anyone who refused to buy MyPillow as an ally of Russia, as an enemy of science. And then imagine that Fox kept up those libelous attacks even as evidence mounted that MyPillow caused heart attacks, fertility problems, and death. If Fox News did that, what would you think of Fox News? Would you trust us? Of course you wouldn't. You would know that we were liars. Thank heaven Fox News never did anything like that, but the other channels did. The other channels took hundreds of millions of dollars from big pharma companies, and then they shilled for their sketchy products on the air. And as they did that, they maligned anyone who was skeptical of those products. At the very least, this was a moral crime. It was disgusting, but it was universal. It happened across the American news media. They all did it. So at this point, the question isn't who in public life is corrupt, too many to count.
Who is it?
The question is, who is telling the truth?
Oh my God. No one, I didn't see this. No wonder they fired him. Are you kidding me?
So does
he laid it out? He's giving the game away, and he's the #1 news show on it. And the reason why Tucker Carlson is able to tell you this truth about how the advertising game works in corporate news is because they took away all his advertisers, and so now he's free to say that kind of stuff. But apparently he wasn't, because the hammer came down from the top. And this was, again, let me throw it to you, Aaron. What do you think that this was?
Well, so we have the clip there. He's challenging Big Pharma, but also nobody on cable news was even close to him, comparable in challenging the war state.
Right.
Not even close. No one covered the issues that he did. And we'll get to that in our next segment. He also featured leftist voices like us.
That's right.
Which nobody else would
Nobody would bring on. And the reason why me, you, Glenn Greenwald go on Tucker Carlson, because MSNBC, CNN, ABC wouldn't bring people on who had an anti-war message or wanted to debunk Russiagate. Even Democracy Now! Stopped bringing people on to debunk Russiagate, right? They stopped bringing on you. They stopped bringing on...
So I don't know. That to me, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. He laid it out pretty effectively, I think. I'm sure Tucker will be fine. He's going to land on his feet. I mean, it's sad that we lost one person who was standing up against the establishment. You know, Jimmy is too, but Jimmy's not on mainstream media. He's not on Fox News. I wouldn't be long on Fox News right now, or Anheuser-Busch. I saw I don't know if it can pull up or not, this article. Can you guys see right now? Hold on. Let's see if we can pop this. Is it because it's on a different screen? I'm assuming you guys can. You guys see the screen? There we go. So, according to this article, and this is from yesterday, Bud Light has suffered a staggering sales hit following the beer brand's controversial marketing tie-up with Dylan Mulvaney. The latest sales data from Nielsen IQ and Bump Williams Consulting shows that Bud Light sales fell 17% in dollars, while volume dropped a whopping 21% in the week. April, staggering, according to an April 23rd report from Insights Express, a beer-focused newsletter. Extremely difficult light brand for distributors. And they go on to talk about how Daniel Blake and Elisa Hienerschneider, I don't know how to pronounce that, probably butchered it, announced Friday they've both been taking leave of absence. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Yeah, hopefully that stops the lag. I'm hoping. BioLife Hemp says, if I was Rumble, I'd fire Matt Kors. Did we lose the gun? God damn. Fucking shit. Okay. We should be back, and there should be no more lag. This is not good. I gotta shoot these internet people. They just all need to be hung. What a waste of goddamn money. Fuck. I don't know if I should reload this or what. All right, looks like the comments are loading now. Can you guys hear me? Shit. Oh, okay. Someone heard me because it says I'll give you some rope. Someone heard me. Someone out there is reading this. Okay. Sorry, guys. Jeez. I'll tell you guys now, we just had pictures taken last week to put the house back on the market. So hopefully wherever I move to next, the internet's a little better. I'm sorry. Fucking crazy. I can't believe that it's charging $80 a month for this garbage. I'd be embarrassed. Sir Hollington says, this guy's internet is like my ex. Unreliable and doesn't allow you to speak. JMs, good evening. Adria, good evening. Oh, Doge, how you doing tonight? Man, I've been working, man. I don't know if you guys just heard me, but we just had pictures taken last week to put the place on the market. So I had to take down a bunch of stuff in the background, get everything organized so the pictures didn't look like a studio. So plus work on top of that. It was a crazy week. Yeah, I just moved 9 months ago. Yeah. Yeah. But they're saying that he can possibly make like 25 to 30K on the house. And you know, the more I sit here and think about the future with all these things happening in the media, the more I want to just get up and be able to live a life where I can travel and cover stories. You can't do YouTube. If you're going to do YouTube, you got to do it full time. If you want to make a living off YouTube, if you just want to be here for, a community thing and just to get together and have an open forum like we try to do on this channel, hopefully that's what you guys believe when you come here, at least that we try to be open. It's tough. It's tough. You got to either run this like a business and put out material even when, there's plenty of things to talk about, but a lot of us know each other, and we all, came together in this community because of AMC, because of the stock. So when you branch off and talk about other things, sometimes you lose people, and it's tough to keep the community together, right? I was thinking maybe if I was just covering stories, always on the move, that channel might be better or would help people more to be on the ground places. Like, it would be good to be in Allegheny this weekend or this week to be covering what's going on with AMC at the courthouse, right? So how that says, I moved from Rhode Island to Kansas, a little boring, but definitely a harbor of freedom. Nia says, yes, Mass, you have our support 100%. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, it's just tough, right? So I've been working a lot the last 2 months, trying to save as much money as I can so that when the time comes, if the house sells, I'll have the money to pick up and be able to take off right away. So I've been looking at a couple places to go in the last week or so. The house goes on the market. It's live, I think, Friday at noon. So we shall see. A tour bus? That sounds good. A tour bus would work. The thrift says, rather be broke together than woke together. Pam says, Mass, move back to Cali. Pam, no way. Are you kidding me? No way. Can you imagine me in California? I mean, 20 years ago, yeah, it was hip. I was there. I mean, I loved it, and I mean, I'd love to go back there and be able to, surf again, do all those things. But it's the rules and regulations and the new stipulations for doctors and doctor and patient confidentiality. No, thanks. I don't want my business out there. I mean, I love California. It was amazing being able to go skiing or surfing, like literally on the same day. You could do both things, right? Living in SoCal in Dago County, but those days are over. Come back home, Mass, says Pam. Come back home. Texas, I've been looking at Texas, Tennessee, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina. Like the Confederate States of America or something. I don't know. I just want a place where people aren't going to bother me. Confederate States. Just listed like all the southern states. But I want the weather to be nice. And, I need an international airport. There's a couple things if I was going to pick this up and try to do journalism full time. A couple things that you need. Ed McHugh says, good luck. I'm going to need it, Ed. I'm just working my ass off right now. I'm taking as much of my money and putting it into blue chips because I think CBDC is coming. I really do. I can't believe they're seizing this bank, First Republic. Crazy. Shin says Florida for sure. Pam says I'm retiring to Thailand. PD Harris says come to Kentucky. PD Harris, Kentucky, I would think about coming there. You guys have some of the best people in Congress. So Kentucky people, I think, would lead the way for me if that's the way they vote. I mean, just Massey and Paul, to me, being a libertarian, I guess. Yeah, Kentucky would be good. Bluegrass state. And I love horse racing. I know. Yeah, I haven't thought about Kentucky, honestly. That's pretty centralized. Can get to DC pretty quick. Yep, Kentucky could be on there. That's at least a border state. Not going total Johnny Reb. Ay, Mass. Fulana says North Carolina, but not in the Raleigh area. Andrew says just got back 10 days from Orlando. How was the weather, Andrew? One of the girls at work just got back from Aruba. I'm like, man, must be nice. Kentucky and Tennessee, Fulana says. I lived in both. Yeah, I got to figure this out. Thing is, we don't know if the house is going to sell right away. So if it doesn't, I'll be here for a lot longer. But if it does end up going quickly, I'm going to need to make a move. And this format's probably going to change for a little bit because I don't know next time I'm going to be building another studio after this debacle. Man, oh man. If AMC would just pay me already, you know? God. Did anybody get to listen in on the call today? I saw that Tony ran the live stream for what happened with that? Did it get to go? Can somebody kind of fill me in? Like I said, I just got home a little while ago. It was amazing. Nice, Andrew. Good stuff. Come to Canada, says Highway Frog. Save me. Oh, man. I've been to Canada many times, Highway Frog. I love, one of my best friends lives in Vancouver, so. Brandy says, for the love of God, don't move to Oklahoma. This place is terrible. It's bad, Brandy? What's wrong with Oklahoma? Oklahoma's got to be nice. I've driven to Oklahoma a couple times. I've never stayed overnight, though. So maybe I get where you're coming from. Poker night at Tony's, took all the money and bounced, says Bro Gabe. Did you? You just ran them for the money over there? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't want Tony coming over here chastising you. Falana says, Oklahoma, hell no. Andrew says, June 29th through 30th sounds like the case is to be decided. You're kidding me. Late June? Oh, my God. '29th through the 30th. KYP says. KYP, they just took all T's money, so he's not going to come over here. And I don't want him on here if he's just been taken for his loot. 24 the money, how you doing tonight? PD Harris says June 30th is correct. Thank you, PD. Jeez. Can the Bruins close it out? Yeah. Yeah, I almost took them to win the cup, but I got too many other problems right now to worry about trying to gamble with money. KYP says June 30th. That is correct. Oh, man. Mike, how you doing tonight? June 30th. Unreal. So what does that technically mean for us? I wish I knew more about this whole suit. We have to wait till the 30th. So as of right now, they can't go ahead with the reverse split. Is that correct? Andrew says it's karma. Tony lost all his money because he keeps saying AMC is going bankrupt. Is that what he's saying? Shirley says, Mass, are you alone? Come to Vancouver. I'll take care of you. Yes, Shirley, I'm alone. My best friend lives in Vancouver, though. In Langley. Not Langley. Yeah, Langley. No, not Langley. She's in she's right outside of Surrey. Dan says time is on our side. Remember, 9-month contracts expire early June. Correct. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it gives us more time. I'm just fucking sick of waiting, though. God damn. More time. It's been 2 years. I mean, this week it's been 2 years on this channel talking about AMC, waiting for this thing to go. Anything Goes says the longer they can't go without the RS, it's costing the shorties a gang of cash. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's what we hear, right? That's the word on the street. Jeff says it means that we get to see the price of AMC artificially manipulated for a while longer. Right. Exactly. Well, at least they're talking about getting Gensler out of Congress. Gensler out of the SEC in Congress. At least they're talking about it. And at least someone put forward the proposal the other day. They ripped Gary Gensler a new one. I'm not going to try and play the clip though, because I'm afraid I'm going to lose you guys. I have one cut up. Actually, maybe I'll be able to play it because it's actually just a video upload. Hang on. I did cut this so that we could watch it. Let's see.
My understanding is that the biggest crypto failure in history is probably FTX at $9 billion. Were you the chairman of the SEC when FTX collapsed?
Yes,
And how many times did you meet with FTX prior to their collapse?
I think my public record shows 2.
You met it with FTX at least twice. And arguably, the second biggest crypto failure in history was Terra Luna. Who was the chairman of the SEC when Terra Luna collapsed, sir?
We had brought.
You were, sir, reclaiming my time. You were. There are 5 members on the commission. Do you believe your speeches and interviews are to serve as the official position of the SEC?
I can only speak for myself when I'm speaking.
Again, sir, in a statement on the SEC website, you are quoted saying the Kraken staking as a service enforcement action should make clear to the marketplace that staking as a service providers must register. But again, you haven't provided any rules for how that can be done. I must remind you, your public statements are not regulations. It's not responsible to expect the American people to assume your statements are a substitute for rules. Do you agree with this statement regarding the digital asset industry? The SEC needs additional congressional authorities to prevent transactions, products, and platforms from falling between the regulatory cracks.
I think that it's a largely non-compliant field. And we
Sir,
could use
again,
additional
I asked you to
resources.
comply with my questions, and I'm asking you if you agree with that quote. And I'm going to tell you, I'm quoting you from an August 3rd, 2021 article where you, and I believe you told Congressman Hill earlier that you need congressional authority to regulate stablecoins, and stablecoins happen to be a significant percentage of the crypto market. So the question is, when were you telling the truth? To Mr. Hill or to me? You've got to start answering these questions in a more transparent manner, sir. Does it concern you, by the way, that your approach to the digital asset industry is actually driving this industry out of the United States?
We're trying to drive it to compliance, and if they're not complying with the laws, then they shouldn't be offering their products.
Reclaiming my
to
time.
investors.
Madam Chair, I would like to enter into the record this Wall Street Journal article from April 14th, 2023, detailing China's ploy to open its banking system to crypto firms in an effort to seize an opportunity created by our hostile regulatory environment, which, Mr. Chair, you're a big part of.
Without
Look,
objection.
Chair Gensler, FTX was domiciled abroad and so is Binance, yet American consumers still had access to both. You can't really think that pushing this industry abroad is going to protect American consumers when it hasn't several times in the past on your watch. You say the crypto market is rife with
Squirm is right? Hey. I know. He does look like Jiminy Cricket squirming. I know. Unbelievable. Such a rat. It's amazing what they're focused on. So I watched probably about 2 hours of that hearing just to see what different congresspeople were saying. They are all, I mean, Gary Gensler is not focused on anything that we're talking about right now. His mind is in a completely different place right now. Completely different place. Dan says Gensler is super smart. He's just tired too many people. He's just tied to too many people, too many in power, and performs as a puppet. I know. I mean, dragging him out there, yeah, it makes him look stupid. And yeah, he should be squirming, right? He's done nothing. He's done nothing to regulate FTX, right? They ran roughshod. The biggest collapse in, one of the biggest collapses in financial history. He was commissioning the SEC while it happened. So ultimately, the blame lays on him. Jeff says, I know, Jeff. Unless they pass this proposal to get him out of office. I dropped it in my video yesterday morning. Unfortunately, it got ineligible and the visibility was like partially hidden or whatever the hell it is because I put Bud Light in it. But there was a proposal put forth by the representative from Ohio. Davidson's his last name. Yeah. Yeah, Jay. Jay's got it. Yeah, he's a Goldman Sachs man, right? He's a company man. Ed, we're all holding with you. Day of Reckoning said Hester would be worse. Andrew says replace him with Katie Porter or someone that would fight for us little people. Yeah, they had an interesting take on what they would do with the SEC about completely restructuring it. I'm going to try to do a video on it. I'm off on Thursday. I'm going to try to work on Thursday. Old Doge says AA was asked by owning the float, what will happen to FDDs with the RS? Did he give an answer? I'm curious to know if he gave an answer on that. Chris, good to see you too, man. Good to see you too. He was asked to own the float. Well, I'm curious to know what he said. Jeff says the questions. Peter, good evening. How you doing tonight? Question was already rehearsed before the hearing. All people are dumb enough to believe that something good is going to happen. I just want the stock to squeeze. That's the only thing I want to happen. That's the only thing I care about. I just want the stock to squeeze. I want the conditions to replicate from June of 2021. How we're going to get back there again, I don't know. It's one step at a time. You guys are all on the same journey I am. I mean, we got to try to replicate those market conditions again. That's very difficult to do in April of 2023 because the rest of the market conditions are so far from where we were. I mean, trying to compare the two times is just like, Ryan says he said they would erase. KYP says, me too, Mass, so I can get the hell out. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we all want to get out of this stock eventually. I mean, I'll hold a couple shares, but, you know, just because I like the movies. But, yeah, we all want out. I mean, technically, I guess I could have lost more money had I not held AMC this whole time and maybe chased some runners. You know, I could have got caught in a bad position on a couple of them and lost a bunch of money. But I still lost money on my initial investment. Now y'all says agreed. I truly believe it has at least one more run in it. Yeah, me too. Me too. It's just when is that going to happen? Like this Allegheny thing has really thrown a monkey wrench in everything. I mean, so many things now have changed. Andrew says agreed. This play needs to end. Yeah, it does. It does. We got a lot of other problems we got to address besides the market manipulation and what they've done with AMC, right? A lot of other problems in this country we got to talk about. Other stories we got to follow. Vernon Dog says, yeah, the environment isn't as conducive for a run, but it is more conducive. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Vernon Dog. Right. If we do get the squeeze, yes. For a real squeeze. Yep. Agreed. Especially, I think, with less shareholders holding more of the float. But we'll really see, right? It will come down to that day. I mean, people were buying at $60. So if this stock goes back to that price after the reverse split, I just, you know, now we're talking about June. I mean, Christ. June. Who wants to wait that long? It gives us more time. I mean,
if there's a run on the banks, I don't know how what's gonna happen. That's gonna be very interesting to see what happens if there's a run on the banks, and all of a sudden they have no choice but to close positions. I don't know. That could be wild. Thriftaholic said, I just saw a preview for The Flash with Michael Keaton playing Batman. Movie looks so good. Too bad that guy can't get his shit together, huh? Ezra Miller. Supposedly, I heard a lot of good things about The Flash, but what is wrong with the main actor? He's got issues, right? So he's going to be a one and done? I mean, if Jonathan Majors is out, how is Ezra Miller not out of any projects going forward? That would make no sense. There's videotape of Ezra Miller, like, choking women. Donde está el fu? What's up, Yuka? Vern Dog says short sellers paying 300 plus don't want what on cost to borrow? Highway Frog says, I think we might see a big movement of unity coming. People are awakened. Yeah, I just saw Highway Frog, one of the guys up in New Hampshire, up in Canada. Mr. Sunshine Baby, I think is his name. He's a YouTuber. I just saw him post something on Bud Light. Broke Ape says CTB and proper earnings. Mark says, so are the shorts waiting for RS or delaying the RS? No, shorts can't be delaying it. Joseph says, look at what happened to WISA. They had an average reverse split, and it went from 14 all the way down to 0. Yeah, but this is going to be different, though. Joe, because the float's going to shrink tremendously by 90%. Yeah, CTB is up there, right? But that is good, though. That is a good point that Vernon makes. If the environment is conducive for a run, but it's more conducive for a real short squeeze if we... Question is, when are we going to get that? Jeff says, you are loud and clear tonight. Did you find your sound issue? No, Jeff. We had issues earlier when I first popped on. Fuck no. As soon as I tried to pull up another video, it got shaky. I'm going to have to move to a third world country to get better internet. That's just the way it's going to be. Oh, by the way, Yuka, now that you're in the chat right now, what is your friend's YouTube channel that you told me about a while back? I never saw. Can you put that up in the chat for me, Yuka? Because I had a note written up here to remind me to ask you what his YouTube channel was that you asked me to subscribe to a while back. Doc says, I can't believe how many people still don't understand the shorts won't leave until AMC is EPS positive. It's that simple. Yeah, we're heading that way, right? Jeff says maybe that ugly hat is causing sound interference. Come on, Jeff. God damn. Resident Evil AMC YouTube. That's it, Andrew? That's the name of the channel? Resident Evil AMC YouTube. I don't know if that's it or if you guys are talking about something else. Trying to pull up a comment right now. I feel like the market is going to start having action like summer of 2021 this summer, at least. I hope so. Why do you feel that way, Thrift4holics? I think money is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. I think we're a little ways away from a run market wide. But be careful on don't sleep on some of these tech stocks and some of these companies that are going to have a nice rebound when money comes back into the market. Keep your eye on a lot of those. Like I've said a couple times, guys. If there's one thing from this whole AMC movement, this whole community, the YouTube tubers and people that are out there doing live streams like Tony and Casey and Bigums and all those guys, you know, you should have picked up a lot about the market. You should have been able to pick up some information and strategy and understanding, different facets of trading. Hopefully, if anything comes of this, at least you'll get that. And this generation of traders will be some of the better ones going forward when we do have a bounce back, because the market runs in cycles. That's just how it goes. Just look, we're in a downturn right now because we're still trying to fix errors that were committed back in the late 2000s with the Federal Reserve and Alan Greenspan. That's just a fact of the matter. Quantitative easing was a bad idea. COVID lockdowns were even worse. And then we got the Inflation Reduction Act, and here we are, $31 trillion in debt, and they're trying to kill the petrodollar. Like a controlled demolition. So there will be a bounce back. Andrew, thank you, man. Appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. Honestly, it's one of the only things that keeps me up at 11:30 at night after I just worked 10 hours, to come on and talk about this stuff, just because I know we're all in the same boat. Broke Ape says, knowledge of trading is the MOAS. I'm so zen, I bought today. Shirley needs a spanking? Uh-oh. Wayne says, what is the point of replacing Gary? Gary exposes big money. Gary have to be replaced. That's the way I see it. I agree with you. He does need to be replaced, 100%. Jeff says, it's about time for Tony to ride in from the range with his big Stetson hat on. Tony, they just took Tony to the cleaners, I guess, in poker. So I don't know what kind of mood he's going to be in. Mass is needed in this play. You guys don't need me. You don't need me. You guys are doing fine just without me. I'm just a cog in the wheel. But I do feel that way. I honestly do feel like this experience has been good for all of us, if for nothing else than just to learn the ins and outs of the market and be ready for when opportunity does present itself. Besides just the thing we've been doing, buying and holding AMC, talking about the movie theaters and the industry and where the company's headed and how we get back to profitability and the reverse split and the conversion and everything else that we've talked about over the last 2 years, right? BBD says, Mass is a cohog in the wheel. Just a cohog, bro. How you doing, BBD? Good to see you, man. My Zen attitude, you guys forgot last week I lost it after I tried to put when I saw a 55 or plus man crying, saying that me and Tony and mediocre 2 years that AMC was going to make. You heard that on my channel? And if you did hear that and you're still on my live streams, you got issues. BBD says just buying and holding like the rest of us. I too can't wait for this play to be over. You have no idea, man. No idea. You got a million things we could be talking about right now. You know, and there's plenty of places for you guys to go. You know, like having Casey in the morning, that's a blessing, you know, having Casey running all day, doing the live stream, and Tony keeping you updated on the case right now. Like, you know, those are huge benefits. Things you would, you can't get that anywhere else. You can't get that kind of coverage, right? So I feel grateful that I have those kind of people around me, you know, that I trust and know. Even if we differ on our opinions on some things, especially when it comes to AMC, but I think overall we all have the same goals. We all want the same outcome, right? By the way, that congressman's name was Tom Emmers. He was at District 6. He's a Republican out of Minnesota. If anyone was, I saw someone asking in the chat. Shirley says, is it June 30th yet? No. Andrew says, Casey rocks. Yeah, man. I mean, dude, Casey is a warrior. Guy goes on there every morning, gets up at the crack of dawn, you know, to run a live stream all day. I mean, yeah, he's great during the day, right, Andrew? Yeah. Dan says, I have learned a lot from the community about the market. It's crazy. Every time we find something new, it's not the catalyst. I know. Like, I'll say this, Dan. Back in early 2021, before actually, maybe I had already started buying AMC up at like $5-6, but I remember like looking over. I can't say reading because I didn't read the whole thing, but Susan Trimbath's book and some due diligence that a guy on Reddit named Autobit had done. Just some digging through some old articles and some things he had posted on his Reddit. And I remember looking through them and then cross-referencing them with Susan Trimbath's book. I thought back then I was shocked at what was going on. And we're 2 years in and nothing's changed. Nothing. Jeff says, what's all the YouTube AMC commentators going to do after this is over? Casey's about to down. Hopefully we get paid and I don't give a shit what I do after that because I'll have enough money not to care. Because I'll cash in my AMC shares and be done with it. I'll come on and talk about whatever I want live from Aruba every weekend. Or Fiji or somewhere else. The Marquesas. That's what I'm going to do after AMC is over. I'm going to talk about whatever I want from a beach somewhere with my AMC money. That's been the plan since 2 years ago. Shirley says, exactly. We're all crazy, but we all want the same outcome. Keep eyeing the prize. Let the crazies fall to the side. Yeah, I mean, I can't jump out now. I either go down with the ship or we get paid. Or we go down fighting, swinging. Dave Reckoning says, all the congressmen women that want GG out also voted against transparency. See through what looks apparent. Yeah, I know, man. This whole Congress needs to be flipped on its head. We need fresh blood in there. Now, y'all says I'm going completely vegan after the MOAS. What? I'm going to be eating at Morton's every night. Yeah, exactly. We'll be singing Kokomo. That's what I'll do for live streams. We'll do karaoke night, Kokomo with my AMC money in the background. Yeah, I don't know what a lot of guys are going to do after this. I don't know. I'm going to continue to chase down stories and fight to get corrupt people out of the government. Off the Florida Keys. Oh, don't start singing, Mass. Love me some Beach Boys, though. Rock my hammock? What do I have a hammock? I need a hammock. Leaf says, oh, if Mo asks, I'll impersonate Johnny Cash every day of fighting government corruption. There you go. BBD says buying land. BBD's got a big plan here. That's the ticket, bro. Get yourself some chickens. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm not planning on living large. I'm getting ready for shit to hit the fan after I get paid. Honestly, I'm going to be putting a plan in place. I'm already starting to do that. I've been doing that, right? Since the pandemic hit, I just got a whole different outlook on life. Whole different outlook. Mr. Heedy says, sounds like someone's knocking on my window. Banks in trouble, government in trouble, market in trouble, electric and crypto being pushed through a triple speed. Biden was shoved down our throats to put Gigi, Yellen, Jerome in place to do all of this and introduce CBDC. I'm telling you, if there's a run on the banks and they're federally seized, the story's going to be, if we don't do this, everything collapses. So you're going to have to take CBDC. I even heard Lagarde the other day, who is the head of the IMF, talking about in Europe right now, if you make over $1,000 purchase with cash, euros, they flag you. Holy shit. What are we talking about? BBD said, then those damn Boston Dynamic dogs will come find me with machine guns on their backs, right? There you go. PD Harris got the idea. I want to do that for a little while. Then I want to settle down and buy some land with some water on it. Get myself some chickens that lay eggs. I got some crazy ideas. Maybe I'll start a YouTube channel on homesteading. A Boston guy moves to, I don't know, Kansas. Tries to become a farmer. That should be hilarious. I'll go completely off the grid and just start a YouTube channel like that. Just dump me somewhere in the heartland of America. Like, all right, city boy, figure it out. Maybe that's what I'll do. I just think it's just hard for me to settle down. Like when I moved to California and went out there and worked, people are looking at me like I had 10 heads. They're like, dude, you gotta chill, bro. Like, you're way too hyper for San Diego. I'm like cleaning shit behind the bar. They're like, bro, stop. Yeah, I don't know if I can just settle down like that right away. I still think there's a lot of stories to chase down out there. Andrew says, Mash, can you please stop Yuka from flirting with Shirley? I try, man. I try, Andrew. He don't listen to me. He don't listen to me. Kevin says, also known as tokenization, allows for greater flexibility in trading and investing. Andrew says, I'd move to Norway. Leaf says, Brew, move to TB. Tampa Bay, Leaf? Hey, Mass, I heard the internet in the new 15-minute cities is fantastic. I'm going to need something, bro. This ain't working. Leaf says, TN, Tennessee, you mean? Yeah, I thought about Tennessee. I thought about Tennessee, South Carolina, Charleston in particular, Florida, Texas, Puerto Rico's on the list, Dominican Republic's on the list. I think Thailand's too far to be away. I don't want to be that far away from the United States if shit does hit the fan. I wouldn't want to be trapped in a place like Thailand, right? Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, I can kind of get back to the States fast if I need to. Shirley says, you need to settle down, Mass. It will suit you. I'm trying, Shirley. I thought I was going to be here for a little bit, but unfortunately, we're going to be moving on. But hey, if we can flip a little profit on the house, I'm all good with that. Andrew says, Matt, did you ever see the Will Ferrell Norway commercial? Yeah, the one for the Super Bowl, Andrew, about the electric cars. Dan says, I have a dream of building a what? Building a large commercial hydroponic part. Dan, you don't have to build anything. There's going to be 9 million commercial properties open in about 3 to 4 months. You're going to have like 50% vacancy across the country on commercial. Wait till these CMBSs. This is get. I don't think people understand how many businesses have moved out of cities and out of office spaces. The vacancy rate right now in New York is astonishing. Not good. Yuka says, Andrew, you are so late, dude. We have kids already. Wow, you slapped it down that quick, Yuka? Lame pipe, my friend. This podcast with an ex-CIA guy, this plan was to move to South America somewhere, to some countries that are all farmers. He was saying his plan was to move in like 20 years. I'll be out of here before that. Jake says Costa Rica. Yeah. Costa Rica is close enough. Belize, I could do. Somewhere that I could have cheap rent and be able to travel and go do stories. So I'm either going to a southern state that is not as expensive as New York or Massachusetts or Rhode Island or California, or I'll go somewhere in the Caribbean. That's I can get on a what do they call those little pond jumper planes and get back to the States ASAP. Yuka said, Andrew said I had 2 kids while posting on Tony's stream. Now y'all says, call me, y'all. I'm a realtor in SoCal, Long Beach, and all the beach cities. All right, there you go. Dan says Belize is nice. Yeah, I've heard nice things about it, actually. I'm a professional. How you doing tonight? Anything goes says go to DR and kick your boy Lou. Oh, hey, Donahue knows where Lou lives. If I go to DR, I'm definitely be knocking on his door. You can bet on it. We'll live stream it. Bet on it. I'll be knocking on his door if I go to Dominican. Maybe on a weekly basis, I might start harassing him. Watch out, Lulu. If I end up in DR, I mean, you're going to be knocking heads, son. That would be a great podcast, though. Me and Lou versus Wall Street. Can you imagine? That would be fucking hilarious. Sir Hodler says, I'm going to marry Tulsi and move to Hawaii. That's a good idea. Yeah, Andrew, you lost both. Shirley and Tulsi are out. Yuka, did you put your friend's channel in the comments? I'm still not seeing the chat, bro. I have a goddamn note up here on my iPad saying, ask Yuka for his friend's website. The Mass and Lou show, I can dig that, says anything goes. You can? We'll do like a Boston, New York thing. He can wear his New York hat. I would do that with him. New York versus Boston. It would be kind of good, right? That might be a good show. If he wears his hat and I wear mine, if he wears a Yankees hat and dude, that might be a good show. Live from the Dominican Republic. Live from the Dominican Republic. It's the Lou versus Mass. What could we call the show? Call it Yankees Suck. Christy Noam is single, Andrew. You might be able to get in with her. It was two guys horse, says BBD. Yeah, he used to be the 4 horsemen, right? So now I'll be the two riders. If someone comes up with a clever name, I will propose it to Lou to do a live stream. Lou and Matt are douchebags. Oil and water, says Otto Hodgson. That's a good one. How about oil and vinegar? That's even better. Oh man, yeah, Christy's not bad looking. I'm professional. You're right. Dead on. She's not bad. Hey Jesse, how you doing tonight? Booking our tickets for USA next week. Just need to run up for some spending now. Oh, you are, Jesse? Where are you going? And where are you coming to in the States? Hang on a second, guys. I felt like I was sinking in my chair. There we go. Holy shit. Mr. Heady says Allegheny is doing this for the hedge or in a last-ditch effort to bankrupt AMC. Write to Zern. Let her know that 0.6% of shareholders are destroying the 99% have voted. I know. Yeah, that I thought that was going to be the end of the conversation, right, Mr. Heady? When that came up, when those numbers came back from the voting, I just, forget it. There's no way that this is going to have any impact if they're voting this way, right? But apparently, call the show Switch Slider and Hodler. Jesse says San Fran, Yosemite, Vegas for a wedding, then Texas. Just a missus and I, no kids for 3 weeks. Congratulations, man. Have fun. Jesse, have a good time, bro. And Mr. Heedy, you know I agree with you 100% on 99.9% of things you say. Carl J says Lou would want to do 5 podcasts a day, though. That's true. He would probably take our hour podcast, break it into 5 20-minute clips, and put them all up. Diamond hands versus paper hands. That's not a bad one. I like that one now, y'all. Diamond versus paper hands. I can dig that. I can dig that one. 5 podcasts a day. Vern Dog says, I'm glad this is getting dragged out. You got to be kidding me, Vern Dog. You're glad this is getting dragged out? Let them pay the cost to borrow for 2 more months. F them. If it gets dragged out further, I'll start sweating. Though. Yeah. Okay, 2 more months. I feel like I say that every 2 months, but okay. 10 5-minute clips, more like, bro, Lou be trying to game that algo. That's true, Leaf. It would be more like that. You're right. 10 5-minute clips, not 5 20-minute clips. It'd be the complete reverse. All right, let me make sure I got my wrenches in here. Who do I have tonight? I have Pam, Yuka. Jesse, I hope you have a nice time, man. I'm definitely going to hit you up when I come to Kiwiland. Pam, am I missing anyone for Andrew? Jesse says Vern Dog a real savage, no mercy. Fu is missing. Prometheus was here earlier. Thank you, Pam. Doc Cena says we need more jokes about Lou's bra. We could call it Lou is the better YouTuber, hands down. Oh, he is definitely 100% more entertaining than me, no doubt about it. I'm definitely not saying that. Yeah, Pam, asking about mods. Yeah, he's definitely got more pizzazz than I do. I don't have that kind of charisma. I also can't sit on here and bullshit people for 5 videos a day, completely making shit up off the top of my head. Don't let corruption take your profit, says Kevin. Join the fight for a fair market. Fulano says, yeah, no, we don't need this dragging out and no revenue coming into AMC. As long as they keep look, the movie numbers coming back aren't terrible. These 2 quarters are going to be just fine. Mission Impossible hasn't even come out yet. I think that's going to do at least $1 billion more in Q2. We'll probably have a $3 billion quarter, maybe 3.5. I don't know. I guess did Tony make a video about that today? Mr. He says, ask yourself, what is Allegheny reason for doing this? Because they can, because people can bring lawsuits at any time. Mr. Heaney, why? I don't know. Pam says, yes, he's working and probably lurking. Working and lurking? KL says, I'm kidding. Dude, listen, I have no doubt that, Lou gets a lot of viewership because of how good he is on camera. I mean, he's able just to turn on a phone and boom, right? It's just what's coming out of his mouth. First Republic Bank got probs. I'm a professional. Yeah, big time. They're about to get seized by the federal government. I'm going to change this thumbnail to CBDC. Because that is what's coming, guys. I know a lot of you guys think it's a lot farther off than it probably is, but I don't think it's as far off as you believe. Europe's already heading down that road. FedNow is launched. By the end of summer, this could be something that they try to put into effect. No joke. Broke Ape says, what about Guardians of the Galaxy? Should be a smash. Look, Broke Ape, here's my thing, right? Right now, I think Marvel is going through a tough time. The whole Phase 5 has not gotten off to a good start. This is supposed to close out Guardians of the Galaxy. I hope it brings people in. Like, I hope because it's the last installment of Guardians of the Galaxy that it does well. But we know what's been going on with Marvel movies. We have that first good week, and then everything falls off, right? This falls off cliff the second week. It's getting good reviews. Good. That's good. Leaf says, turn on the phone and bullshit. Yeah, he's good at that. Not a diss on him either. No, not at all, man. Look, if that's your thing, then Yuka says, what's going on in Lou's mouth? What's going on in Lou's mouth? I actually haven't watched the Lou video in a bit. I don't even know what he could possibly be saying right now. KL says, C2 looks amazing. Yeah, that's been pretty crazy. Man, they spent a lot of money on advertising for that. I hope that movie makes some money. Is it me or has everyone seen like 10 preview trailers for Sisu? Or is that just me? Andrew says Guardians 3 is supposed to be sad, but heard the story is great. Hey, if it's a good ending, that's all I care about. Pam, you getting married, Jano? How could you say that? No, Pam's not getting married. Are you, Pam? Jerry says, screw Adam Aaron. Jerry, we just need the stock to squeeze, right, bro? How you doing tonight, man? Yeah, Jesse's going to a wedding. Jesse from New Zealand is going to a wedding. Mass, Lou has 10 preview trailers to his next video. Why, that wouldn't shock me. Mandalorian needs a movie, 6 series. Carl, did you like the last season? I think Jon Favreau is out at Lucasfilm. I think he is all done, which means they're in trouble over there. Look, Disney's in trouble. They're laying off another 7,000 people. They're in big trouble. They said don't even bother asking for a bigger budget on any shows. Apparently, there was a clip taken from Tamora Morrison, who played one of the main characters in the Boba Fett show, he said that they were talking like that he might not get his second season. Look, the streaming wars are over, guys. If you think that streaming is going to take over the movie theaters, you're crazy. I mean, Netflix is getting slammed right now because of Cleopatra. The streaming wars are over. I think Disney, Lucasfilm, all these companies need to start focusing back on movies again. People are saying they're not even going to do TV shows anymore for these streamers because there's no money in it. I think the streaming wars are over. Leaf. So I don't have proof of that, but when they killed his character off in episode 7, I have a feeling that that was more symbolic than anything. I mean, look, for whatever, I don't know what Kathleen Kennedy has on the people at Lucasfilm, but for some reason, everything she touches goes to shit. We haven't had a movie in 5 years. And we're not projected to have another one for another 3. That's crazy. When you did 2 billion, 2.1 billion, 1.5 billion, and 1.2 billion on your last 3 releases, all movies that were divisive. So imagine if you put out something that people actually wanted, what the numbers would have been. I don't know what they had, what Kathleen Kennedy has over Bob Iger or Bob Chapek or whoever, but she clearly has something that she is untouchable in Hollywood right now. I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you. Leaf says streaming just nowhere near as profitable, undeniable. Undeniable. That is a fact. I don't give a shit what anybody says. It is not profitable, and the numbers clearly show it. Disney losing billions between Marvel and Lucasfilm. It's only a matter of time, guys, before people start waking up and saying, all right, the streaming wars are over. The movies ain't going nowhere. Just keep that in the back of your mind. Everyone's shorting the movies. PVV says, Pam, come to India. No woke. This is the place to be. PVV, you in India? Is that where you are? Broke Ape says, got a cool Christmas NFT of Baby Groot on Vive. Andrew says, Favreau should make Chef 2. BBD said, I heard the Guardian storyline was going to introduce Groot having an identity crisis. Would you be shocked, bro? Would that shock you, seriously? Oh, man. You guys are funny. You guys are keeping me young. Jesse says, watch for Tarantino's last movie to hit theaters. That thing will do gangbusters. Jenna says, hello, my boyfriend. We like our non-marriage status. Almost a decade. That's longer than both my marriages. Good for you, Jenna. Whatever works, right? Whatever works. I am not Groot. I am not Groot. Groot's having an identity crisis. Aren't we all? Dylan is keeping it locked down for the patriarchy. My man. It's amazing how that guy's got women twisted up and wrapped around his finger. Doing tampon commercials. Unbelievable. Jerry, he did not get picked up yet, but keep your eye on Rumble stock. If Rumble picks up Tucker for a long form podcast, something like Rogan style, watch out. You're talking about gaining a huge market cap for Rumble if they can sign him. I would just cancel Matt Core's contract and put the money towards signing Tucker. Chris Callis, how you doing tonight? Evening, just watched the 3 vids from On the Float about Q&A with AA. So I have an update for you guys on that. I'm waiting to hear back from the director of marketing from AMC about the audio tape. I'm trying to get Adam Aaron's permission to play it so you guys can hear it. So I will let you know as soon as I hear back. Sorry, Chris. Going back to what Chris said, RS will wipe out all the FTDs and no synthetic shares, he stated. You need to watch them. Okay, I will do that, Chris. Thank you. Owning the Floats channel. Yeah, I just told them that, I had a conversation between Adam Aaron and an individual that he may not have known was recorded. And would he have a problem or issue giving me permission to play it? Because I need one of the people in the party to give my permission to play it, and the other gentleman who taped the conversation does not want to give me that permission, and I have to respect that. So if Adam Aaron says it's okay to play it, I can play it for you guys. I just need one of the two. Andrew, Jan is taken. She just said she's got a boyfriend for the last 10 years. KYP says, watch the videos. Insane if that's not a clear indication AA doesn't care about retail investors. Okay, I'm going to watch them. I will watch them. Hey, Lucy. What's up, girl? Apparently, under Tucker's NDA and non-compete agreements, he can't go to... Okay. Is Rumble a news channel or are they a social media platform? What is the technical... What is Rumble? Right, Lucy? I guess. We have to figure that out. Now Andrew's saying, Mass, please tell you can stop putting him Carl. He's going in on the men now? Jesus. Jerry says his impression of Aaron is spot on of what I think of Aaron. All right, I'm definitely going to watch it. 100%, I definitely will. Don't worry. Social media, right? So Rumble should be okay. That's what I'm saying. Keep an eye on the stock price. Because if Tucker goes, you know it will run, right? Kyle J says, Andrew, I'm sorry, babe, I'm already taken. KYP says, Mass, did you hear Tucker's ex-agent is suing for harassment? That could be why he is fired. Yeah, I did hear something about that. Someone named Audrey or something. I did hear an inkling about that. That someone on his staff for harassment. Yeah, honestly, KYP, I think this all had to do with money. I mean, I could be wrong. But it makes sense when he and I also heard someone say that when he brought Robert F. Kennedy on, that was a big no-no. And apparently there's been, I don't know if this is fact or not, but this is just stuff that's been thrown out there. So whatever, we could talk about it. But apparently the two sons and the father have been at odds about this for a while. So I have a feeling this was in the works. They were waiting for Tucker to say something that was really going to hurt their bottom line. The Dominion thing happened, and then right after that, he came out and did that video that we played in the beginning of the live stream. I think that sealed his fate right there. I mean, I can't say for sure, and KYP could have something to do with the girl who's suing him for harassment too, right? Could be a multitude of things. No doubt about it. Wishabelle says Rumble is like budget LubeTube. YouTube. Yeah, but you know what? The platform is looking a lot more professional. I was on it browsing over it the other day when I was trying to sign up for an account. And I was like, man, this is starting to look nice. And if it starts to compete and go head to head with YouTube, and they're not gonna, like I said, guys, they wouldn't let me take a super thanks yesterday because I put Bud Light in my video. So, and they partially blocked it from visibility. Who the fuck is ringing my front doorbell right now? It's probably the feds. They're here. All right, guys, that's going to end the podcast. That's it. Nice knowing you. CIA is at the door. I hope that was the wrong bell. Burn Dog says it's Lou. It's Foo. Yuka says, Mass, it's me. Open up. PVV says Dylan Mulvaney. We get everybody in here, huh? Lou's at my front door. Yeah. What time is it? 12 o'clock? All right, I'm going to stay on for another half an hour. I got to get some sleep. I got to be up early tomorrow for work. Hey, Harry Parrott, how you doing tonight? Massa, what's up? BlackRock took a big stake in Fox. Tucker also went against Big Pharma. Yeah, Harry Parrott, I played a video in the beginning of the live stream tonight. We talked about it. Yep. He was against, 70% of the ad revenue that went to Fox last year was from Big Pharma. Holy shit, that's a big piece. It's you at the door. Me and Foo are outside, Mass. I wish you guys were here. Get a couple more mics set up. Oh, by the way, just so you guys know, I was talking to Tony last week. We talked about there's a thing that we can do that we can split the cost. And I haven't talked to him about it in a couple of days now, but where you guys would be able to get in and talk live during the stream, like through a online like phone thing. We got to figure out how much it costs actually to run it, and then apparently we can like split it, and both of us can use it. I gotta do some more research on it, but we have talked about it. Pam said, "Open up, it's me." Lucy says BlackRock owns over 50% of Dominion, and BlackRock owns 40% of Fox News. So they sued themselves. Then Tucker left. Yeah, I mean, listen, they're digging their own grave right now. I wouldn't be long on Fox News. It was interesting, though. After they fired Don Lemon, CNN's stock went up. They fired Tucker, and Fox went down. Interesting, right? It's a Mothman with balls. Jesse says, let me on the... Yeah, like, that's the thing, right? I want to get people from all over the world on. I want to get, Kershaw on, and some of our people from Germany and England, Dave and those people. Like, I want to get everybody on, right? To hear everyone's accent. BBD says I don't have the bandwidth. Yeah, I'd have to definitely up. Yeah, I would have to substantially up my game here. Pour some money into it. KYP says as long as you have your own live. KYP, you don't like collabs? Sometimes it's just hard when you're, especially with the delay of talking over people and stuff. I don't think it's anybody's fault, honestly. It's just shitty internet. I mean, we had better internet 5 years ago than we do now for some reason. Yuka says Fox and Bud Light going down. Yeah. Is Chris Cuomo still crying? Imagine. Don't you? All right, KYP. It would be nice if I had the money to like fly in guests and interview them long form. Because if you don't have a big enough channel, no one's gonna come on your show, right? If you're not drawing a couple thousand people on a live stream, it's gonna be really hard to get people to come on your show and talk. So, the next thing is bribery, right? Or you have to try and sucker in people like AA to say, "I got a tape, buddy. You better give me permission to play it." Leaf says Tony is a shiz, but yes, multiple mics means multiple. Yeah, sometimes, and it's like I said, it's no one's fault. It's the delay and all that crap that comes into play. And I'm hearing him later, then he's coming on. It just sucks. Andrew says we have our first call of the night. Go ahead. This is out from Boston. Oh boy. Harry Parrott says, did you we have our first call of the night? Go ahead. Hi, this is out from Boston. What would he say? Guys, this is fucking crazy news. Jerk off. Harry says, did you check AOC's video? Yeah, what was she saying? You smash but never take home the mom. Hit it and split, right? Yep. Hit it and split. Yeah, man, you can't take AOC home to your mom's. Although some dude is. Some ginger dude with red hair, paler than me, is taking that ass home every night. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You guys. Yeah, we definitely need to check into the bandwidth and see how that would work with calling in. I think that would be cool, right? I think that would be a good idea. Especially if it's something that's not going to be a huge financial burden and it's something we can split and both use. That's like perfect. PBV says, so Mass, I'm in India now. At least 12 people I know in my little town is in the AMC play. They still haven't received full ape shares. No voting either. Really, PBV? You gotta be kidding me. Where did they buy their shit? What platform are they using that they don't have them yet? How is that even possible? Are they using an American my God. Are they using an American broker? Who are they using? Andrew said I would take her if she promised to never speak. Yeah. Feed says hit it and quit it. There you go. AOC would be the second caller. AOC from the Bronx. AOC ain't from the Bronx. Doc says. All right, get their details, PVV. I'd like to know. Who are they using for a broker? That they don't have their ape shares and never got a chance to vote. They didn't get to vote on the reverse split and conversion. They got to be using someone that's either SoFi or Computer Share or something, right? You're probably right, Harry Parrott. That's right. He probably does. He's in with the right lady, though. Another warmonger. Warmonger simping as a progressive. Or, you got an AA impression? Jesse? I'd like to hear that. I wouldn't mind hearing that. Oh, boy. Trying to see if I pulled the other video. PVV, definitely send me that if you get a chance, man. That would be great. I'm confused onto why that would still be going on right now. Leaf says, Ape was such a disappointment. I think the brokers, etc., were the most responsible, but I don't know. Could be something darker. Yeah, none of us do, Leaf. And that's the hardest thing, right? Is trying to prove those kind of things. It's just so difficult to do. None of us have been able to pull the documentation or any type of numbers that can prove this shit is happening on a daily basis. I mean, we're seeing little things here and there, right? I'm a hodler too, man. They live in the UK. So PBV, I think I still haven't received voting through CIBC in Canada. Yeah, see, that's weird, man. Why? But PVV. So when I hear that from you and people say that, would that have made a difference when we're getting 90% of the vote came back positive? Probably not, right? But still, everyone should get a vote if you're holding goddamn shares. I don't think that's fair, right? Yeah, not cool. Like at the end of the day, still, you have every right to vote as a shareholder than any of us do, right? So I don't like that's happening. I did hear a lot about that though. Jesse says, "Hey, good news though. There's still 3.8 million of us in the play. People's wills didn't falter." Yeah, that's positive, right? Absolutely. And that's what Adam Aaron said when he was in Boston a couple weeks ago. He said the same thing. So that's good to know that there's a huge backing still in the retail community. Doc says if Lou traveled around the world backwards, he could come face to face with the end of his droopy breasts. Harry Parrott says in other news, the vice president is now on day 223 of MIA. She's got to be bringing world peace to some country, right? I know she's doing something amazing right now. We're just not hearing about it. Trust me. Kamala is working her tail off. I bet. If I had bet there's one person still working this government, it's Kamala. She is probably running the show. Remember, behind every great man is an even greater woman. I believe that might be her. Doc Zenos laughs. 3.8 million holding ain't moving the prices. I'm professional. Damn right it's not. Nope. Vern Dog says, what are you talking about? You talking about the firefighters? Vern Dog? I know. What a piece of shit, huh? Withholding evidence? Like, man, how shady can you be? She shook that tail feather. Right, Harry Parrott. PVV says the voting is rigged, bro. I have 11,704 AMC and 12,008 APE. Got to vote for 7,400. AMC and APE through Quest Trade. Quest Trade. Where are they out of PVV? Quest Trade. And CIBC is the Bank of Canada, right? CIBC? You wrote them an email and they never answered you? Quest Trade's Canadian? Okay. All right. I'm interested to see if they'll answer anyone on that. Richard says, how do you feel about AA now that you've seen all the things brought up? How do you feel about AA now that you've seen all the things brought up about him? Is he for us or for the hedgies? I think he's for AMC. I don't think he's against or for us. I don't think he's against or for the hedgies. I think he wants to fix the AMC and get them back to profitability. I think whatever it takes to do that, he's going to do. So I either have faith in that process or I hold and continue to buy what I think is at a good price when I can, or I sell because I don't have faith that he's in it for us at all. And I have no faith that he can bring this company back to profitability. I got two choices right now. For me, I've held this long. I can wait to see what's going to happen with Allegheny and everything else going on. My personal opinion of Adam Aaron really doesn't fucking matter, does it? It really doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What I think of the job he's done so far, I don't know how that plays into this at all. Other than If I thought he was for the hedgies, I probably wouldn't still be holding, right? PVV says no email conversation. They won't email. Phone calls only. All right, well, we can call. I'll make a notation of that. Lucy says, sorry, correction. Richard, how do you feel about, like, in the last couple weeks since, like, the conversation? Did you watch Owen the Float's videos? I haven't seen those yet, but I would like to see them. I mean, maybe I can elaborate more on that next time after I watch the 3 videos that he did, but. Questrade and CIBC Investors Edge is Canadian. Okay. Yeah, Lucy, either way, they sued themselves, right? Yeah, Andrew, I've heard too. I just don't know what's going to happen with at what Ezra Miller's future is in DC. I have no idea. I mean, the guy seems like he's lost his mind. PVV says, I'm effing Canadian and live in Canada. Indian vacation. That's so funny. You're on Indian vacation, PVV? My buddy just asked me today. He said, would you ever think about moving to India? And I said, no. He goes, why not? I said, I don't know why. I don't know why. Could I move to India, PVV? Would I fit in? Maybe I hit the tandem booth a couple times. Leaf says, Richard is kind of a loaded question. It really doesn't matter what I think. It really doesn't. To me, can the company survive? That's really weird. Riley Gaines just popped up on my email. Is the company going to survive this pandemic and come out on the other side profitable? And during that time, do I have a chance on a short squeeze on this stock that I'm holding? Yes. That's all I really need to hear to keep me in this play right now. I don't know that Adam Aaron or anyone else is going to change my mind on this. I don't know. And I understand everyone has a different opinion on that. And, that's why we make decisions on a daily basis, whether we're buying, holding, selling, whatever it is. This is the stock market. That's what people do. All right, guys. It is 12:15 right now. I gotta be up in 6 hours. I got a long day today. Let me read what Richard said, though. AMC can never go bankrupt because there's still 5 billion apes left. He can dilute and add more ape to the current 2 billion one to make a 6 billion market cap, lasting AMC for another 10 years. That's good enough news for me, Richard, to say I don't think I can lose in this play. I don't think so. We'll see, though. Harry says after the demise of 100, is that 150,000 or 15,000? 150,000? We don't need a RS, Richard. We could sell ape until he's red in the face at $1.30 a share. But at some point, that could come down below $1, and if that slips for long enough, guess what? Delisted. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye to ape. I mean, that's a risk you're willing to take. I think the RS is not good for retail investors because it hampers our ability to have a massive impact on a short squeeze. But as far as the strength of the company and the stock at that point, again, if you believe that they can short us down from $30 to $5, that means you think they can short us down from $5 to $1 right now. Andrew, I think A8 said it in the conversation with the guy in the parking lot. He said if we dip below, maybe he was talking about AMC though. I'm sorry. I think he was talking about AMC regular, not ape. You're right, Andrew. 15,000. Okay, I thought you said 150,000, Harry Parrott. At first, I was like, "Whoa, that's a lot of head of cattle." 15,000 is not good either, but PVV. What will I do in the Middle East? What could I do there as a journalist? I wish I had the raw talent to do that, man. I just don't think I do. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. He was talking about AMC, I think, not Ape. I know you guys haven't got to hear the conversation yet. Hopefully, I would like to get his permission to play it for you guys. And if I get it from him, I will play it. PVV, I'm probably, I would say, a carpenter by trade. And I can make a mean margarita on the weekends. Richard, I'm part of retail, man. I don't really want the reverse split. I mean, it's not something I'm looking forward to. I'm really not looking forward to it. I'll be honest with you. I'm not happy about it. I'm not looking forward to it. And I guess I could sell and get out right now and just be disgusted with the whole thing. I just have, I don't know. I'm not going to let my emotions come over me and like they did last week, right? It was embarrassing. I mean, I'm always making fun of people for getting on here and swearing because they have nothing intelligent to say. And I went and did the same thing, you know? Vern Dog says, man, getting on here and doing what you're doing can be easy. Oh, thanks, man. But really, the only thing that makes this thing go around is you guys. If there's no audience, I'm talking to myself. So Lucy says Jesus was a carpenter. Hell yeah. Jeffrey Rocha, how you doing tonight, man? Good evening. Richard says we saved AMC. He took half of AMC's holdings to Entera. They got a better deal while we watched from the sideline. Richard, again, I'm not satisfied with the approach. I don't like some of the language. I'm not happy with a lot of things. At the end of the day, I have to figure out, is this investment worth the chance that we could have a massive short squeeze for me to continue to hold? That's it. At the end of the day, that's all I really care about is, do I see a future for this company? And is there potential for the shares that I already own to make money on them? That's all you should be worried about right now. And the company getting better. Because that's all we can prove right now. As much as I hate not being able to say to you guys, yes, there's billions of synthetics out there. Yes, the stock should be at $150 a share right now. I wish I could tell you all those things with a straight face and know them for a fact. I just don't. Leaf, have a good night. Thrift says, I honestly have not cared that much in a while. I have a whopping 7K left to lose on this BS. Yeah, man, look, I've already lost a lot of money. Well, I guess technically I haven't lost anything. You don't lose till you sell, but I had a chance to cash in a lot of money and didn't do it. And, that's on me. And here we are. And, we'll keep talking about things that are going to help try to fix this, whether it's getting rid of Gary Gensler, fixing the market, straightening out AMC's numbers, whatever it is we're going to talk about on here. And talking about other companies, investing for the future, trying to create more wealth for yourself, whatever the case may be. We'll continue to talk about it here. Alice says, I listen, Mass. I hear you. Thanks, Alice. There are 1,000 ways to skin a cat, PVV, for sure. For sure. Jeff says, learn options, my friends, and let the market manipulation work for you. There you go, Jeff. See? We were just saying that earlier, Jeff, before you came on. that, like, if anything from this, it's you should have learned at least a little bit about our market, how it works, how to try to put some money to work for you and take it to your advantage. Now, it's very difficult when you have all this bullshit going on. We can go all the way back to January 28, 2021, when 2021? How about 2021? When they took away the buy button. That's what really got me fired up for this whole thing to come on here, right? Oh, boy. But yeah, Jeff's got the idea. PVV, I refuse to look at my Webull account. I don't look at it. If I'm trading, I'm using Fidelity, right? So, Active Trader Pro. Yeah, I refuse to look at Webull. No, ever since my account went from 6 to 5 digits, I don't look at Webull no more. Thrift says Tesla went from 4 to 100. It's all over the place. People wake up. Yeah, I mean, look, we're in a very volatile market right now, guys. Jeff, right on. All right, let me say thank you to some people who were in my chat tonight, taking care of my moderation. Pam, Lucy, and this guy with diamonds. Thank you, ladies. Prometheus, Yuka. Who else did we have? Am I missing anyone? Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys taking care of the chat, which I know I don't even need because we have the best chat ever. But I still appreciate everything you guys do for me. Thanks to everyone who joined me tonight. All my OGs, man. You guys are the best. I'm not going to be a stranger. I'm off Thursday. I'll work on a video. We'll get a live going this weekend. Don't worry. Don't keep your heads up, guys. We're all in the same boat. We're all riding this thing along. We're keeping our eye on what's going on. You got a lot of people out there who are watching your back. Remember that, all right? There's a lot of good people out there. Go watch KC, watch T. Those guys, they believe in the company. They believe in this community. They believe in all of us and what we're doing. Just stick with your guns. All right. Love all you guys. Have a great night. And we'll talk soon, guys.